Roll call.
Mr. Albro?
Present.
Ms. Calderon?
Here.
Mr. DeCosta?
Present.
Ms. Coffinger?
Here.
Mr. Lombardi?
Here.
Mr. Luna? Ms. Ryan? Vice President Dunn? President Gomez?
Here. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Board statements. In accordance with the provisions of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law, the New Milford Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Borough Hall and the New Milford Public Library. Notices have been sent to the Record and the Twin Borough News. The board announces that under its long-standing policy, it will not discuss in public any comments made by members of the public concerning individual staff members. At this time, please be advised that all cell phones and electronic devices are to be turned off. Meetings of the board are open to the public, and all members of the community should feel free to participate. Before coming to the board, the chain of command should be followed. There are two portions of the meeting reserved for comments from the public. The first at the beginning of the meeting for agenda items only, and the second at the end of the meeting for other items. Issues raised by the public may or may not be responded to by the board, but all comments will be considered. The board requests that all members of the public be mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Due to confidentiality and legal rights afforded by the state of New Jersey, members of the public are asked not to speak negatively or in a derogatory manner about any employee of the board or any student. Okay, committee of the whole, I seek a motion for approval of minutes October 17th work session, October 17th close, October 18th regular meeting. I need a second. Paige, Ryan, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Our student board representative report, Mackenzie.
Hello everyone. I hope everyone's having an awesome November so far. So our student council has been busy doing great things. Tomorrow, November 16th, we're hosting our faculty versus students volleyball game fundraiser. This fundraiser is to raise money for our upcoming Martin Luther King Day service events. Students will face off against each other in the first bracket. So seniors will face the sophomores and then juniors will face the freshmen. And the winning team of these two will face off, and then the final winning class standing will face the faculty. Be sure to come support the volleyball game tomorrow in your class colors to show your school spirit. Also, on December 2nd, our student council members will be helping out Miss Bernardo in running the Santa breakfast. We're excited to help out and ring in the holiday season. We're also planning a winter spirit week. The last week before winter break, we'll have fun dress-up days, including holiday sweaters, pajama day, and more to soon be announced. And we're also in the process of planning service activities for Martin Luther King Day. In other awesome news, tickets are officially on sale for our fall play, She Kills Monsters. I have an amazing poster here. And this is an amazing show with a super talented cast. You don't want to miss it. Get your tickets at nmhsmusicals.com. That is nmhsmusicals.com. And here's our poster created by our very own Tilly, which is Jamie Lieback.
Maybe you could show it to the camera.
Yeah, hold it up there.
And the dates.
Oh yes, and the dates for the show are December 7th, 8th, and 9th in the James Africano Auditorium. So that is my report.
Thank you. Anyone have any questions or comments?
I just want to say, you're wonderful. But the artwork, like all of our programs, they have, you know, the show, we have the musical talent, we have the kids acting and everything else. But the artwork too,
Incredible.
like the students, I mean, really, all of our shows have been original artwork. So, and this one's really good. I like it. I think it looks like some of you.
Yeah, Jamie draws them every
Jamie's
time, and she
amazing.
actually draws them to look like us. It's really cool.
And I saw them practicing today. I don't know if you're all aware of this, but there's a little bit of, I don't know, can we call it swashbuckling? But there are definitely some swords. There's some sword fighting and
Didn't you have someone
very
come
cool. Yes, very
Yes.
cool. You want to tell us a little
We
bit
have,
about it?
very cool, we have 2 fight choreographers who come in and
Wow.
teach us like the safe way to properly battle combat on stage. It's really fun.
There you go. So, if you're into that.
Great idea.
Mackenzie, can you tell us what those service day activities consist of?
Yes, so right now we're in the process of planning them, but usually for Martin Luther King Day, our student council does a presentation in the auditorium, but we wanted to switch it up this year so we could actively serve our community rather than just watching a presentation. So we're planning to do things that will serve both in our community, in our schools, and also our outside community. And the fundraiser will raise money so we can purchase things that will help. So, for example, if we wanted to maybe make cards for local hospitals, we can purchase paper and markers to help make the cards.
How's the college application process going, Mackenzie?
It's like a little stressful. The early application dates coming at you, but luckily I've finished all the early application ones, so now I just have to do the regular decision one. So it's a little bit of a break in between.
Okay, good.
How much longer do you have?
Well, January 1st is a lot of them, so I mean, I probably shouldn't save them for too long. So.
No. Okay.
Cheryl?
Does your fight battle war coordinator work with adults at all? I mean, asking for a friend, in real life, social media.
So the company is called Cause and Effects, and I think they do choreography for most of these shows, but I'm sure you could get in touch with them. I'm sure they would do.
Everything's a show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Well, thank you, Mackenzie. I know you're busy, so you don't have to stay for the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks
job.
so much.
Okay, Superintendent of Schools report, Daniel Shanley.
Okay, great. Thank you. Before I give my report, I think it's important for me to at least revisit the matter of HIV that came up yesterday, and then address some of the fallout that has sort of been permeating in the community and things like that since last night's meeting. I just didn't think it would be responsible not to at least address it. So, but before I do that, I want to address something else. So I recognize, and forgive me, but I'm reading so that I say everything I want to say. I recognize and respect the fact that when we are called to lead, we must be willing to be misunderstood at times, criticized for our decisions, and challenged, and even accused, and even fully rejected. I mean, that's part of the job. I understand that. And I also understand that everybody's entitled to their opinion. However, I'm really struggling with numerous false comments that are being made to defame the members, in particular of my administrative team. The district is at a disadvantage because we cannot respond publicly to incidents that include students. So, and we also cannot engage in social media banter. So essentially, the members of the public can say whatever they want in an open session or on social media, whether those comments are facts or fiction, and the district is never in a place to defend itself. We all have access to social media, and I think we've probably all been guilty of exercising our keyboard muscles in an impassioned chat on a social media forum at one time or another. It's very easy to do that when you're sitting behind your phone or your computer. And there are plenty of things that are being said about our schools, about incidents of HIV, about things like theft in the schools, about rampant drug use, about violence, and about the responsiveness or lack of responsiveness of the district, and our willingness to communicate with parents. So if your intention out there was for us to see it and read it all, then you've been very successful, because as we tell the students, private pages on social media are never really private. It also means that we know who's saying what. So I just want to remind everybody that everyone has a right to their opinion and a constitutional freedom to speak and to post. However, I do caution you against false speech, especially that might cause harm to somebody's reputation or livelihood, because it could open you up to civil litigation. So please be sure that when you make claims about my team or about things that are going on in the district, that you have evidence of those claims and that you're not just relaying irresponsible hearsay. The team here, including everybody who works for the community and everybody who is an employee of the board, work very hard to serve the students and the families of this community. And it's important that the public knows that this district has a digital history of every email that has been sent to us, when it was opened, who read it, if it was forwarded, if it was responded to, and when, by whom. And we have that same level of detail regarding our incoming and outgoing phone calls, and the details of which can be retrieved if necessary. And everybody is told here that there should be no expectation of privacy when you are using district technology. We also have an intricate camera system, which is regularly, daily, relied upon to review incidents, investigate situations, and unfortunately, this is what the world has come to. Education is not exempt, okay? I also ask everyone to take, they say believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Perception is reality, I understand this, but there are usually three sides to a story. The way I see it, the way you see it, and then the way it really happened. And emotions get very heightened when we're talking about parents advocating for their children that they love more than anything in this world, trying to fight for what's best for their children. We understand that. But we believe that we do a good job of advocating for your children as well. And we never lose sight of the fact that we are responsible for your children. And we take that responsibility very seriously. And I can assure you, and you could ask any member of the faculty or administrative team here, that if the staff is not protecting your children, their greatest challenge will be me. So public comment at the board meeting is an opportunity for the community members to make comments. However, it's not a place where community members can have most of their issues or concerns resolved. We have an official chain of communication that is posted on our website. It is under central office, under Board of Education, and it says chain of communication. I respect that chain of communication. The board here respects it, and the parents need to follow it if they want a resolution to their concerns. Most parents, the large majority of parents, are very supportive, very respectful of that process, and we are incredibly appreciative of that. But clearly, after last night, we are in need of continuing education on the laws governing harassment, intimidation, and bullying. So, we are going to provide a refresher for everyone. I've spoken with Mrs. Zacher today. She is our district anti-bullying coordinator, and we are going to work on a presentation for the January meeting on HIB, the difference between HIB and code of conduct, etc., with close attention to the policy and the law. And it will be live streamed and saved on our YouTube page for future reference. So please be sure to tune into that important meeting. In the meantime, I encourage parents to read Policy 5512. It is long, I don't know, 20 pages maybe. It's comprehensive. And you will see how many times it has been updated because we revisit it regularly. Most recently, I believe, was in April. So it's current. I think it's important that we show each other a level of respect, be it on social media or any time, because we're all supposed to be in this for the same reason. We're all supposed to be in this to create safe, nurturing environments where our students can grow, where they can flourish, where they can learn. We're supposed to be in this together and communicating with each other in a proactive way. And anything that undermines that just sets us back and doesn't allow us to do the good work that we're supposed to be doing, which is educating our children and advancing programs and initiatives for them. Okay, so first, and she's not even here, I would like to congratulate our incumbent board members for winning their seats in the Board of Education elections. Thanks to special congratulations to Vice President Nicole Dunn, to Mrs. Ryan, Paige Ryan, and to Tony Albro. We're happy to be able to celebrate you once again. On December 8th and 9th, just a reminder that the tickets are on sale to see the Young Adventurers edition of She Kills Monsters. At Berkeley Street School, they are conducting mindful walks, and they are a huge success. The students have been participating outdoors to learn how they can tune into nature to help them acquire self-regulation skills that they can use to help calm themselves and be more present. Parent-teacher conferences were very well attended in both of the buildings, a true testament to the strong home-school partnership that they enjoy at Berkeley. And the Halloween parade was wonderful. The children, the parents, and the entire staff enjoyed showcasing the variety and creativity of all the costumes. In Gibbs, on November 8th, many of the students celebrated National STEM and STEAM Day with their classmates. This is a day specifically dedicated to promoting and celebrating the wonders of science, technology, engineering, and math. Back in 2015, the Congressional Caucus on STEM Education established this special day to raise awareness about the significance of STEM education and encourage students to pursue careers in STEM. Monday, November 13th was World Kindness Day, and on this day, they reminded students how one act of kindness can change a person's day in a positive way. They're going to continue to focus on the importance of kindness throughout the school year. We recognize children caught being kind throughout the recognition of their kindness bulletin board and through positive office referrals and morning announcement shout-outs. Mrs. Torrey would like to thank all of the parents for their presence and collaboration during parent-teacher conferences. For decades, research from around the world has shown that parents' involvement and engagement with their children's education, including parent-teacher conferences, and PTOs, school events, and at-home discussions about school can lead to higher student achievement and a better social emotional outcome. The B.F. Gibbs Student Council is holding their annual Thanksgiving food drive through Thursday, November 16th, and all donations will go to Ascension Church Food Pantry. At David E. Owen, congratulations to this month's DEO Nightly Values winner, Rex Magdadaro. Rex consistently portrays the expectations set forth for our students of acting and interacting in kind and respectful ways, keeping the space clean, welcoming, and easy to move in, taking care of themselves and others, and always willing to learn new things. This is a drawing, there was a drawing done on a monthly basis for those who received nightly values cards, and the staff issues them to the students who are caught following the school expectations. Rex also earns an Amazon gift card, which is provided through our high school buddy program. We're happy to report at DEO that our staff and students have successfully rolled out the new Smart Pass program. Staff can now digitally track where the students are in the building, which will ensure the flow and safety of movement in our community. This has also maximized our time in class, so thank you for supporting this important tool. This is something that they've been using at the high school. It's like a hall pass system, but it's digital. And for Red Ribbon Week on October 27th, they ran a school-wide food collection. We can Say No to Drugs was the theme. It was done for the local food pantry, the Church of Ascension in New Milford. Over 100 articles of food were collected and delivered. Okay, so congratulations to our New Milford High School Student of the Month recipients for October. We're very proud of their accomplishments. Carlos Gomez in 9th grade, Vance Thomas in 10th grade, Irem Inan in 11th grade, Jake Nybert in 12th grade. Mrs. Wasserman coordinated an event with French National Honor Society students to create a beautiful display at DEO to celebrate the National French Week. Special thanks to the French Honor Society artists for their special contributions, like you were saying. Mrs. Safari of Pascack Regional School District and the former New Jersey Educator of the Year wanted to express her sincerest appreciation for allowing Mrs. Berenstein and our amazingly talented students to perform at the New Jersey County Teacher of the Year retreat. The audience was blown away by the level of their performances and their displayed professionalism. They truly represented our school and our district in the best possible way. They were so lucky to witness music education at its finest, and we should be very proud of our students' accomplishments under the guidance of Mrs. Berenstein. Our students also attended the PV Celebration of Cultures on November 2nd. Ms. Kirsten Lee recently attended a professional development workshop hosted by the College of New Jersey, and at the conference she won a classroom set of Arduinos, which are microcontroller kits for building digital devices, to provide our computer science students with hands-on technology. The Marching Knights completed their fall season with a wonderful performance in the 79th Annual North Jersey Band Festival in Clifton. They were one of 19 bands that performed that evening, and we are so proud of their work this season. Thank you for all of your support of the marching band. Congratulations to our all-county and all-league Fall athlete recipients. The list is long, but it's worth mentioning every student accomplishment. Boys soccer, first team all-league, Martin Alpar, Josh Sperlin, Nicholas Perez, Prince Delva, and Juan Hernandez. Second team all-league, Dylan Murphy, Gavin Carrick, Alex Arima, Lucas Surik. Honorable mention, Travis Veluzzi. Second team all-county, Juan Hernandez. Third team all-county, Josh Sperlin. Girls soccer, second team all-league, Emma Henyes. Honorable mention, Juliana Brophy. Girls tennis, first team all-league, Jasmine Natividad. Second team all-league, Sukaina Abbas, Ashley Chalik, Elisa Bertati. Honorable mention to Teresa Maravilla Ochoa, and Veronica Ein. Ein, thank you. Second team all-county, Jasmine Natividad. Girls volleyball, first team all-league, Natalia Polkowski. Second team all-league, Jessica Cardenoza. Honorable mention, Joanna Angeles. Cross country, first team all-league, Kevin Sanzamichi, Sebastian Herrera Pineda. Second team all-league, Jonah Chaco, Ethan De Los Santos, Grace Lampman. Honorable mention, Gabe Fernandez. You're not typing this, are you that fast? No. I was like, I'll just give you the digital. Honorable mention, Gabe Fernandez and Mackenzie Forte. Football, first team all-league, James Spates, Joseph Tennant, Giovanni Nicodeme, Jersey Ryan, Cole Tataro, Jake Johnson. Second team all-league, Jaden Canuella, Kyle Tennant, Jeremish Davidson, Christopher Dunn, Liam Burns, Louis Placido Fania. You didn't know that? There you go. Honorable mention, Joseph Macario, Yandel Mateo. Congratulations to Coach Tom Carizzi, who was named Liberty Division Boys Soccer Coach of the Year. The Hall of Fame dinner is next Monday night at Macaluso's in Hawthorne. Honorees include Pat and Tom Maggie, Allison Hansen, AJ Scopa, Christy Victory, Will Walsh, the 2013 girls soccer and 1998 wrestling teams. And congratulations to each of the honorees, and a special thank you to the Hall of Fame committee. Wonderful achievements for our students. The annual PEVNY night will look a little bit different this year and will be held on separate nights due to scheduling conflicts and use of the facilities, but the dates for that will be shared soon. In special education, the new preschool IBC class opened at Berkeley School. 3 students transitioned to the new class with 1 instructional assistant, and the students are enjoying their new setting and winning over everyone at Berkeley School. They are so cute. In the tech department has good news too. The tech department has introduced, they've been doing it for a while, but they want us to share Tech Tip Tuesdays. We love Tech Tip Tuesdays. Each week, the team sets out to provide interesting and helpful topics in technology and education. The department would like to remind you not to click on links in emails when you don't know the sender and cannot verify the sending email address as legitimate. And they send us these tests all the time to see if we will fall for these things. And last month, I fell for it because it was a Dunkin' Donuts certificate. It was a Dunkin' Donuts gift certificate, and I failed the test, and I had to go through the training. But then this month, when it came through, I won't tell you what it was. I didn't fall for that one. Okay. Also this month, the tech department went on the road, conducting classroom and office walkthroughs in each building to check in with the staff to ensure the functionality of all new classroom equipment. The tech department will be sending out an emergency contact test on Monday, November 20th. You should receive 3 things: a text message, a phone call, like with a voice, and an email. If you need to update your information, you can do that in the Genesis Parent Portal. So there's already a pop-up on the website. Right now, if you go to our website, there is a pop-up telling you that this test is coming on Monday the 20th, and there's a link embedded in the pop-up, so that if you need to check your Genesis parent portal to see what your contact information looks like there, you can do that right now. Okay. And congratulations to our very own master of all things technological, Dan Preet and Annette got married on Halloween in costume. They were married by the mayor. It's lovely. So. Okay, extra. The next board meeting is Tuesday, December 5th, and we will have 2 presenters that evening. We're doing 1 meeting in December. Dr. Matthew Murphy, who is going to talk to us about profile of a new Milford graduate and support us in that work. And then Frank Messinio of Solutions Architecture, who will be speaking to the board about the process and timeline for planning a board bond referendum. And I wanted to wish everybody a wonderful Thanksgiving. And that is the end of my report.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay. Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction Report, Lauren Odoxta.
Good evening. I do not have a formal report this evening, but I did want to highlight 2 items on our agenda. Under personnel, we will be approving staff for 2 of our Title I programs. First is P67, the Title I Grade 9 Extended School Day Program, which consists of targeted small group sessions based on identified student needs. NJSLA and benchmarking data really drives the identification process and subsequent instruction. P68 is approval of high school Title I academic support for nights, or the ASK program. This is a new program that we're really excited to offer. We are offering all of our high school students access to our content area teachers at different times during the school day and outside of the school day. So we will have availability in the mornings, during lunch, and even virtually in the evenings, kind of like a tutorial, one-on-one, small group, and extra supplemental supports available. So we're really excited to bring that program on this year. I do want to mention, you have seen that our title offerings have expanded as we transition to operate school-wide programs. Yesterday, I attended a Superintendent's Academy session on school business operations, and the NJSASA lead attorney, Marie Lepore, was present with us and shared a legislative update and mentioned that there is a current bill working its way through the system. It's HR 5894, which proposes a cut to Title I funding by 80%, and also could affect Title II. We rely on both of these pots. Title I primarily drives all of our most of these supplemental programs, and Title II we rely on heavily for professional development and training. It is something that we are keeping our eye on as we continue to plan next year's budget. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention this evening, and as we have further information, I will share that with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? Business Administrator Report, Stephanie Kuchar. Any liaison board committee reports?
Page?
So, I'm sorry, I was looking at HR 5894.
It's a stunner.
I do have.
It's a stunner, yeah.
So I do have something, it's written, I will type it out. We just had the meeting on Monday, so, and also, it was mentioned earlier. So on facilities and finance, we were talking about facilities. First, I want to start off by saying Frank Messinio from Solutions Architects will be at our December 5th meeting to give a presentation to the board on everything that we discussed in our committee. So I'm going to give you some highlights here, but really the details are going to be there. So that's why I'm not really going to put too much in the minutes. So as we're all aware, we have a great many facility needs, And there was in 2019, 2018 and 2019, there was looking into a referendum within the district. So a list was compiled of all the facilities and educational needs that were throughout the district. That list was maintained and then most recently updated with the help of our business administrator and our supervisor of grounds, as well as all the administrators in the buildings. So that facilities list is up to date, including, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Gertrude, the items that we have already done that were on that list are now off the list.
That's correct.
Right, yes, so some of the things like lighting in the schools, we were able to do the LED lighting, so that came off the list. The boiler, and that came off the list, so different things that needed to be done. So those, all the other things, along with the presentation of what we as a board would need to do to go out for a referendum, the steps we would need to take, the timing in which we need to do those things, how we would approve, how we would engage the community, all of the different pieces to it as far as the communications with the community and all of that. That was all presented to us from Frank, so he will present that to the board as well. This is not a presentation of a referendum. It's a presentation of all of the things that we need to do in order to get that accomplished and how long it would take. So just for anyone that's listening, we don't have a list. We have a list of items. We don't have what's in there. The other thing is that as far as the community planning is concerned, there is approvals that we need to get from the Department of Education in order to move forward. So the first thing that we will need to do once we go through all of this is make those determinations of what we would want to go forward with so that we can get those approval processes started as soon as possible. We know that sometimes things take a long time when we send it off to be approved. Let me see what else I want to mention in this. And the other thing is that some of the items on the list may be items that could take years to complete. So just because we select something to be on the referendum, it's not like, okay, we selected all of these things and they're all going to get done in the year. There will be a timetable and priorities as well as whatever funding that we're able to do. But a really important thing for those that have not been a part of this process is that there are certain things that we do, and I don't know them off the top of my head, some of the rules, but there are, where when we submit for those, we also get money from the state in order to, and I'm looking at my notes here. Why am I not here?
Rod,
No, it's not the ROD grant.
SDA.
I just had a huge presentation for work today and my brain is, I can't even add 2 + 2. It's a really, I'll figure it out in a second. But basically, so we submit to the state, they give us 40% back for certain projects, right? Not all projects, but certain projects are. So there is a substantial amount of money that we could also receive from the state for a lot of these projects that we want to do, which is another reason why when you want to put it through that way. So again, I'm not going through the whole detail, but this is what's going to happen. So on December 5th, there is another presentation happening that night, I think.
Matt Murphy.
Yes.
Profile.
Yes, so profile of a graduate, so those two things combined can really complement each other, because when we're talking about the profile of a New Milford graduate and what we want for them, we also need to talk about what we're going to provide and what kind of facilities we'll have. So I don't know if anybody else on the committee wanted to add to it. Like I said, I didn't want to get into too much detail because Frank is going to present to us in December. But I don't know, John or Tony or Cheryl.
Thought it was a good summary.
Okay. So don't miss the meeting. It was actually a really good presentation,
Really good.
and what we came up with was at the end, we could summarize this and what are our next steps, and we all kind of said, we need you to do this again, but do it for everybody. So it'll be really good.
All right, great, thank you.
Mhm.
Any correspondence?
None this evening.
Okay. Open to the public for items on the agenda. I seek a motion as outlined in New Milford Board of Education Bylaw 0167. Each statement made by a participant shall be limited to 3 minutes. I need a second. John DeCosta, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Anything from the public? No? Okay, I seek a motion to close. Tony Albro, seconded by Nicole Dunn, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Board action. I seek a motion for BA 23-24.27.28.29.30. I need a second. Stephanie Coffinger, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Educational Programs and Curriculum Committee, Stephanie Coffinger.
I make a motion to seek approval for C 23-24.18, .19, and .20.
I need a second. Any question?
Second.
Oh, Paige Ryan, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Personnel recommendations, having the recommendation of the superintendent, I seek a motion for P 22-23.48, .49.
Different, they're different.
Oh, you're right. P 23-24.48, P 23-24.49, point 50, point 52, point 57, point 58, point 59, point 60, point 61, point 62, point 63, point 64, point 65, point 66, point 67, point 68, point 69. Need a second? Stephanie Coffinger, all in favor? Oh, this is the roll call.
Mr. Albro?
Yes.
Ms. Calderon?
Yes.
Mr. DeCosta?
Yes.
Ms. Coffinger?
Yes.
Mr. Lombardi?
Yes.
Ms. Ryan?
Yes.
Vice President Dunn?
Yes.
President Gomez?
Yes. Finance and Facilities Committee, Paige Ryan.
So I wanted to make a comment on that last one and say some people just can't get enough of us. I think we all know, .62.
Really?
So for the Finance and Facilities Committee, I make a motion to seek approval for 23-24.45, .95, .97, .98, 90.99, .100, .101, .102, .103, .104, .105, .106, .107, .108, .109, .110, .111, .112, .113, .114, .115, .116, and .117.
We need a second. Tony Albro, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Policy Committee, Anthony Albro.
Okay, this evening we are conducting second reading and adoption of the following policies and regulations, which I hope will get the board's support via a motion. Policy 0144, Policy 2520, and Regulation 2520. Policy 3217, Policy 4217, Policy 5305, Policy 5308, Regulation 5308, Policy 5310, Regulation 5310, Policy 6112, Regulation 6115.01, Policy 6115.04, Policy 6311, Policy 7440. We're abolishing Policy 9100. We are approving Policy 9140. We are abolishing Regulation 9140. In the second group, we're doing a first reading tonight of the following. Policy 1642.01, Regulation 1642.01, Policy 2270, Policy 2419, Regulation 2419, Policy 3161, Policy 3212, Regulation 3212, Policy 3324, Policy 4161, Policy 4212, Regulation 4212, Policy 4324, Policy 5111, Regulation 5111, Policy 5116, Regulation 5116, abolishing Policy 5460.02 and its regulation, Policy 8500, and abolishing Policies 8540, Policies 8550. So I guess I'm seeking a motion.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, so, would you Stephanie first, second? John. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any old business?
I think it's sort of new, sort of old. Just want to make a comment. I just want to acknowledge Board Action BA 23-24.30. I did my whole discussion about the contract a while ago when we ratified. If you think I'm ever going to be able to remember what I said then, you're kidding yourselves. But I just wanted to acknowledge that we were able to successfully negotiate this contract, ratified it, pushed it through. I want to acknowledge that. I want to thank everybody that had a part in it again. It was very, very, it was eye-opening to see some of those things. And I also want to kind of especially acknowledge the fact that kind of given the world we live in, right? The types of things that could happen here that don't happen here, the things that happen at other boards that don't happen here, that I just, we may still sometimes need a fight coordinator, but we do generally do okay. We did okay together all in that room, and I appreciated that. It was my first experience with that, and I appreciated everybody that had a hand in it. And again, I want to just shout out again, I shout out Stephanie every time. Stephanie kind of almost like single-handedly put the contract together. She is ready for law school, really, so I want to acknowledge her and thank her. She earned her fake 19% raise with this.
The fake one, yeah.
The fake one,
fake
so
one.
appreciate it, everybody, again, and thank you. And I'm sorry I said that, Stephanie. Because that's definitely going on YouTube. I was joking, America.
Thank you. Any new business? Open to public. I seek a motion as outlined in New Milford Board of Education bylaw 0167. Each statement made by a participant shall be limited to 3 minutes. I need a second. Call done. All in favor?
Before Andrew,
Aye.
okay.
Opposed? Anyone in the public? Okay. I seek a motion to close to the public.
Go for it, Andrew, come on.
Angela Vardy, second by
Pity motion.
Alvaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any board member requests for additional information?
Andrew.
Okay, closed session. It is hereby moved that the Board of Education adjourn into executive session in accordance with the provisions of Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 PL, for the purpose of discussion and consideration of matters pertaining to the following subject: personnel. Oh, we don't.
We covered everything yesterday.
Oh,
Okay,
you do
so
not need to.
I seek a motion to adjourn. Angela Lombardi, seconded by John DeCosta. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, see everyone December 5th.
Thank you.
I was wondering.
Don't forget.
Okay, good.